There you go.
Yeah. I was ready. I had a fan. I did. Hello, 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 and welcome to the Cup TV, the Currently Unnamed Podcast, where we put the real and the tea in reality. And we can always come to us first to quench your thirst. I'm your girl, Lana, your resident evil diva. And I'm here to give the tea, spill the tea, and drink the tea because you know I love me some tea. Her. And if you have some tea, you know what to do. Hit me up. I mean, I have some water here. I mean, I might not drink it. It's just like I feel like David. It's just a little bit of water here, a little here,
Just a little bit.
but just a little bit. But you know what I do have? The most important thing is my cup mug. Peer, 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 peer. And you can get your cup mug or any of our cup merch at prodigiescreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And you can get our new and improved cup mug. I also have to get a new and improved cup mug because now you'll have the logo over here and over here. So you get
Ah,
the new and improved cup mug if you order now. So hit me up, lanagscreations.etsy.com. That link will be in the description below. And we do ship internationally and domestically. So there are no excuses. And everybody. I guess I'm looking at everybody because Dance with the Stars is everywhere. So yeah,
yes.
do that. Period.
Hello, guys. It's your favorite Black queer content creator, aka KaMorian, aka Sparking Alien. I am doing fine, as you can see. This breaks, I will be coughing majority of the stream, so just bear with me, guys. Okay, I'm not gonna lie. I know this means just morning from yesterday results. I don't know. It was that like I got a fever, but I'm doing better. I'm still coughing, so just bear with me. I took some Theraflu, so I hope I'll be good. But yeah, I'm doing good. I'm excited to talk about this finale. I have a lot of things to say, but I'm
Oh,
gonna be
absolutely.
okay. I'm gonna be okay. I hope. I hope, guys.
Mhm.
I hope.
Lord, I hope so. And hola, I am Eduardo, the Mexican representative of this podcast. I'm here to talk shit and get hit. I'm in a new place for now. I'm in a different spot with somewhat better lighting, so hopefully you'll see me like this for a little while. I am drinking water today out of my gay bottle. So I am just living my best life.
Living your best gay bottle life. I love that for you.
My gay bottle.
Yes, and yes, we are here to talk all things Dance with the Stars. The finale happened on yesterday, and we are here to talk about it. Well, it'll be 2 days before y'all see it. It happened on Tuesday. You all won't get it to Thanksgiving, but Thursday. But whatever. It happened. We're going to talk about it. But before we jump into it, y'all know what to do. Hit the subscribe button, period. Hit the subscribe button on this channel and all of our other channels. All of those links will be in the description below. Like I said, we are a network, so we have 3 other channels for you to go check out. So hit the subscribe button here and then go hit the subscribe buttons over there and notification bells as well so you will never miss a video when we drop it. Um, Also, audio podcast links are down there as well. So if you need to check us out on the go, you can go check out all of our audio podcast links as well as our Patreon. You can get early access and exclusive content on that channel. And all of our socials are there. The socials of the Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. So you might want to check all of us out over there as well. So now we have done all the things and I know we want to jump into how we feel about the overall finale,
We
but
have to wait.
we have to wait. We have to wait until we get to that point of the
Mhm.
program where the results were mentioned. Then we could talk about our feelings over the overall. So let's not jump the gun, but because I'm itching to do it too, we're all itching to
Yeah.
just jump right into our feelings. But we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna go in order of what happened and or try to get some semblance. Let's talk about the finale as not the finalists, but everything that happened throughout this finale because it was a 3 hour finale. Okay, and let me be honest, we did not need that third hour. We did not need that third hour at all. It just felt very dragged out for no reason. 2 hour finale would have been perfectly fine. You could have did what you needed to do in that 2 hours. My personal opinion. Now, if y'all think differently, feel free to say. But for me, I felt like 3 hours was much too long for this finale.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. Personally, like, I'm not gonna lie, when they said it was gonna be a 3 hour flying, I was like, please, I would be pissed. What I remember happened last year, the first hour, and they had to do the whole like fake acting gig and also kind of like a review of the contestant throughout the whole journey and stuff, kind of like a recap of their journey of the show. So I was like, please don't do this again. At least if you're going to do a third hour, make them do three dances. Okay, 3 hours, three
Mhm.
dances. But acting, but they see them doing the same thing they did last year. It's kind of like, what's the point of doing a 3 hour finale? Can we just go straight to the dancing? But I understand you want to recap, how they got to the finale. There's nothing wrong with that. But to me, it could have been shorter. I mean, it took like a
Mhm.
whole hour to highlight every person who was a finalist, their journey on the show. Personally, I feel
Right.
like it was too much to be an hour. Personally, it was a waste.
Mhm.
Yeah. We already had 5 finalists, so that was already going to be longer than normally. And so the choice to not only have 5 finalists, but then have about 10 to 20 minutes with each of them talking about how they got there and like how they need to learn, like what they've learned and it was just too long. But like I'm also an enjoyer of Eurovision, so I have sat and watched a show for 7 hours straight. So like I I I've done this before, so it's been worse. I've seen worse. Uh,
Mhm.
so it wasn't awful, but I do certainly feel that a lot of moments could have been shortened. And 3 hours to get the result that we got was kind of like a little underwhelming, just a little bit.
Yeah, a
But
lot of it.
yeah, a lot of it could have been like shortened. A lot of it could have been shortened.
Absolutely. And I feel like if you're going to do 3 hours, fill it up with things that are part of the show. Fill it up with
Mhm.
dances. And like, look, I get, the pros are doing other dances throughout the show and doing, helping with the freestyles and all that. Fill it up with more dancers and more dancing because this is Dancing with the Stars. We want to see dancing happening. And I feel like it just wasn't it. Like, I would have rather them doing like a recreations of the finalist best dance with pro dancers, or you know what I mean, just been like, let's just the show the audience if two pros did this dance, what it would look like, and da da da. It would have been a homage to the finalists. Like, let's show them, give them the same costumes, same music, same thing, and let them go out and do that instead of what we got. But hey, I'm not the producer. I don't produce the show.
Actually, the count on what you said, because they used to do it. They normally let you in the finale. You pick a favorite dance from your season, and you do it again and get a better higher
Right.
score. So
Yeah.
it's kind of like
Mhm.
you could have did that, or we could have did a fusion, mix two different styles, Byron Latin, and put them together. You could have did that, or what I mean. It could have been more dancing between the finalists, or you want to just add more people, like more like being like musical guests. You could have add that for me. So if to me, it like that whole hour it wasn't needed personally.
Mhm.
What happened to the one where they did where the audience voted on their favorite freestyle and then that
Oh, they
person
used to
did the
do
freestyle,
that
the
in
encore
Encore.
freestyle. So I'm
Yes.
like, why can't we get the encore freestyle? They just not add, they're adding more stuff into it that's not necessary, and then they're taking things out that should be in there. So I
Mhm.
don't know. But I will say, it was parts of this 3 hours that I did quite enjoy, that I was very happy to see. One of the
Mhm.
things were the Argentine tango from Derek and Mark.
Oh
I
yeah.
was like, wait a minute. First of all, thank you for the history lesson. I had no idea that the Argentine tango was supposed to be done by two men to impress women, and that more men outnumbered the women so much that they did this tango to not only do the dance and dance, but to impress the ladies. And I'm like, oh, so it puts, because Argentine tango is one of my favorite dances to see between
Mhm.
besides the Viennese waltz. And so seeing that or learning that about the Argentine tango just makes me really, really appreciate it more, and loving the feminine masculine energy as well as the masculine energy
Mhm.
leading the Argentine tango. And man, was it hot. watching them
Yeah,
two do it, I was like, oh, that is good. That is
I
good.
yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, I think it would just. I think also it was just very cool just to see two men who are basically like straight just dancing together. I think for us, it's kind of like you see like two men dancing together on that level. But I just say they were both leading and following, so they were both taking turns like doing both of that. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna tell you, I felt some different ways watching that. I'm gonna keep it PG today, and I'm just saying, I'm not gonna lie. I would like to be the trio in their mango. I'm just saying, but I did want to talk this. I'm not gonna lie. I want to talk about like one of the funniest moments of that night. Oh my god, when I heard "I have nothing," and all you see is the door open. You see Anna getting lifted, and she say nothing. I'm gonna tell you, I cackled so loud. I was like, "What is this show?" I'm like, "I can't with this show. I cannot do it." It was so freaking hilarious to me. And then another one, I think having the whole like Reggie having his own number. That was such beautiful to the Family Matters theme song. It would like let me tell you, I really put like a smile on my face. Just seeing him good. He just feeling himself like the vibe, like it felt so like a good vibe. And then seeing the show matches, dancing with each other, among this rivalry, it was kind of like insane. But yeah, but definitely a highlight for me, for us like for me it was Zochi. Seeing Zochi again, our
Of
reigning
course.
champion, seeing her and Val together. I just love Zochi. I was so happy that she won last year. And dancing the Pink Pony Club as my song. I felt wrong. And it was good. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, you basically stole everything that I wanted to say, so it's fine. I'm fine. This is fine. But yeah, I enjoyed how much Chaperone we got in this finale. We got two Chaperone songs, and I was incredibly happy to see it. Sochi was amazing. The Paso no, the Paso Doble. The no, yeah, it was the Paso Doble. Uh, the dance was just amazing. The Argentine tango. It was the Argentine tango. Sorry. I'm confused. But yeah, the Argentine tango was amazing. I agree with you, KaMorian. It did something for me. I don't know what it was, but it did something for me. Uh, yeah, just it was so funny. I think my favorite part was seeing the eliminated contestants in the background and also seeing Ezra in the background and some of the dancers just constantly going like this. I was living. I was living. But yeah, like Anna Delvey clearly not caring about any of the situation that was going on. I was kind of living, honestly. I thought it was funny. Um, uh, yeah, and honestly, when she danced, she did pretty fine. So congrats, I guess.
She did nothing, just like the song said. She did
Yeah,
nothing. They
she
lifted
yeah,
her,
Ezra
and
lifted
Ezra
her, and
lifted
that's about
her,
it.
and then she put her foot up. That was literally it. Like she did nothing. And you know what, girl? Give us nothing.
Good for you.
Give us good
Yeah.
for you. Give us nothing, girl. Um,
Mhm.
it was fine. Um, I did love seeing Reginald do the Family Matters
Mhm.
theme song. I thought that was so cute. You have to like. I think somebody said it in an interview afterwards. If there was a Miss Congeniality or Mr. Congeniality of the season, it was
It would
Reggie.
be Richie.
It was
Mhm.
Reggie for sure. He kind of ate it up, and we love him for it. I enjoyed all of the recaps and the revisits and the things of what
Mhm.
happened in the past on the season, and all of that was great. Now let me talk about the elephant in the room here because um each judge got to pick a redemption dance for the finalists, and I was first of all not shocked that they made
Mhm.
Carrie do Chandler. I was
Of
not shocked
course.
about that. I knew they were going to do that. Story, everything, got it. What I did find suspicious and weird and interesting
Mhm.
about this whole thing was she was talking about how amazing like each judge went down and said how great or talked about the journey of each finalist, and she talked about Chandler's journey and how she came out the gate on fire and how things seemed to change a little bit. But what bothered me was she will sit there and say, and when we got to the Halloween night dance, It was perfection. It was like she came into her own and she hit her peak. But that was the same week you sat there and was like, "You're not doing it for me. Like you're not
Block it.
like what do you mean she came into her own and her dance, the Halloween dance was peak perfection and you gave her a 9 because
What's not clicking?
you said she was lacking on something. And I'm like, "Hello? Is this thing on? Did I lose my brain cell when I was watching that episode? And did I not hear correctly KaMorian criticizing her? And Chandler was like, "What do I need to do?" Was that not the episode where Chandler was pleading, like, "What else do I need to do?" Because she wasn't
Mhm.
doing enough. I was like, "Are we having revisionist history right now, KaMorian and Anna?"
Fully, we are.
No, Lana, I was literally now I remember because she's like, oh, first it was I'm like, okay, the cha-cha slow train, that was epic. I agree. But she said, let's figure out Halloween now. I was like, Halloween, wait. I'm like, Karen, but isn't it the same dance? You can't I remember it's like, oh, I'm sorry, when it comes to the Viennese waltz, there is a higher difficulty. So I'm very sorry. I just cannot give you a 10. Did we not? No. And then there's another one where she asked Steven, the first thing she chose was his Charleston. I was like, I'm like, his Charleston?
Is
Like,
Charleston?
did he, like, was that the one he made mistakes on? Like, I'm like, can we not say his Viennese waltz that he did? Like, we
Right.
have that. No, like,
Yeah,
the
fully.
Charleston, that was out of the bloom for me. And then what was personally, I think Derek got it right with the tango and the samba for
Mm-hmm.
Joey. Alona for Bruno.
Yeah.
Um, I
I
would say the
the one that I
rumba.
was confused
Yeah,
with the most was how did Danny not get the Paso Doble? How did Danny
Right.
not get the Paso
To
Doble?
redeem
Like
that.
that, yeah, that's the one which I personally felt like he did the worst in. So like how? How was he not hello? Am I
Hello. Are
missing
we watching
something?
the same show? Like it's just
Hello.
it was weird to me. I was like, I don't am I crazy? Y'all, yeah, please somebody tell me if I'm crazy because I
Yeah.
didn't feel like I was crazy when it I agree with you about Danny. I agree with you about Steven, and I agree with myself about Chandler. I'm just
Yeah.
like, you all are confusing the heck out of me right now with these critiques and these revisited histories about who did what and how
Yeah.
good they were or how bad they were.
And I have thoughts on it, but
Mm-hmm.
I'll tell them once we get to each
Mm-hmm.
person.
Okay.
But I have thoughts on why some
mhm,
specific people got specific dances, specifically Danny as well. But
mm.
as I said, we will get to it once we get to it.
Yeah, it was just crazy to me. Cause even like after the carrier, I was like, I told my friends who was who are friends. I was like, I'm like, friends, don't tell me that she's gonna be the one for her redemption. I was like, Lord, please don't tell me. Okay, let people tell us how it's gonna happen like that, and it did. I was like, oh Lord, I knew it. I had a feeling that she does it, and I swear, every time she calls for a woman contestant every season, she'll always be the person that she will all be the person that will have them for the redemption dance
Yep.
every time.
Every single time. Every single
Yeah,
time.
yeah,
It's annoying. It's annoying, but all right. It is what it is.
yeah,
Um, let's get into it.
yes,
Let's get into these our finalists. I think we talked about enough things about what the show was about and what happened, but I want to
what
get
happened?
into I want to get into these dance to our finalists because we got
Yeah,
5 of them, which I still was like, we really only needed 4. If
yeah,
we want to
and
be
like
honest, there
we
somebody
would have
could have
lost the
gone
same person that got fifth. So like, what are we doing? What
right.
are we doing?
We
And
would have
as I
just
said, I
lost him
have
anyway.
thoughts. I
We
have thoughts
do.
on
We
it,
have
anyways.
thoughts. Let's start in the order with Steven, who started us off for the night. Let's talk about
Mhm.
his quick step first, and then we'll all talk about the quick step because I know everybody wants to talk freely about the freestyle because I think the freestyle is
Absolutely.
something special. So let's talk about the quick step first. And KaMorian, we'll start with you.
I want to say this. Let me tell. I'm just gonna keep it real. That was tonight. That was the best he has ever danced. in the
Mhm.
entire season. Let me tell you, I'm not gonna lie. Steve was kind of whooping some of these other people's butts tonight. He was whooping these people's butts. Like that quick step, the frame was amazing. The timing was perfect. That was a great sound choice. The Francis, I went to the the chemistry, the vibe. I pretty much love everything about that dance. Like to me, like I feel like Steven, like I told you think about like last week, it wasn't Steven's night last week during Seraphon. It was his night. So come think about it. Coming out of the gate, guys, he was, technically the bottom leaderboard. So I felt he like, I have to the prove night. I want to win this mirror, but I gotta go all for it. And he went out on that quick. So I was so proud of him. I was like, Steven, like, just stay in time. Yeah, you keep going, to stay in time. You got it. It's like you got it. Like, there we go. I'm just so proud of you, Steven. That's like his best dancing this entire season, and I'm glad it's a finale that he showed like his actual best dancing.
Mhm. Yeah, I feel like this happened a lot with a lot of people. I feel like a lot of people had their best nights tonight, and Steven was one of those people. I feel like this quick step, it just he did it. He finally did it. He has conquered the musicality. It's all down, and he did it perfectly. And I was like really looking into the feed, like Steven, I love you, but I'm gonna be harsh on it. I need to see it, and it was perfect. It was absolute perfection. Like, and what I love about Steven, and I've said it throughout the entirety of the season, is that he just has so much fun, and that he's always just so much fun to watch. Like, this just shows how much he has grown from the very beginning of the season to now. It just the timing was perfect. It was incredible. Like Riley is an incredible performer as well, and their chemistry is amazing as well. Just the thing that they had was incredible. Just beautiful. I loved it. This was one of Steven's best dances. Steven's best night. Absolutely.
I agree. I think this was a really, really good night for Steven. He mastered finally he got the musicality. I think the tempo of this song was the best song that they could have did for the quick step because the
Mhm.
tempo is just quick enough where you can call it a quick step, but not too fast where he loses his musicality. It was right in that pocket of just fast enough where you can call it a quick step, but not super fast where he will lose his steps. And I think he did really well. Riley should be applauded for this choreography because she knew the moments where Steven would usually lose the musicality, and she stopped it. She put those
Mhm.
stops in there. It was like, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, okay, and we'll turn and we'll 1, 2, 3. I think she knows her partner, and she
Mhm.
knew exactly where it's like, okay, after we get to like an 8, or maybe we put in like a 12 count. Maybe after the 12 count, he loses a step a little bit, so I just keep it at 8, and we'll turn, we'll do a cute little thing. Bop, 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 bop. It was cute. I think this was such a cute dance for Steven. Such a good night.
Mhm.
And for a redemption dance, he definitely redeemed himself.
Absolutely.
Period. Period. Let's talk about this freestyle. Let's talk about this freestyle. So KaMorian, we'll go. No, Eduardo, we'll start with you for the
Okay.
freestyle.
Okay. I fully started tearing up. I fully started tearing up. Like he just started, and I was really like, I am crying. Tears are in my eyes. I see blurry. I just felt. I felt. I've said this with several people with Lana as well, but I feel like a proud parent when I watch Steven dance. And with this dance, it just felt like watching your child graduate after so much adversity. And it's just like he finally did it. He's at his best. He's at his peak. He's doing amazing. The gymnastics that was in this dance was absolutely out of this world, incredible, and just I just the power that this has. The it was and the best part is that there was still technique here. There was still technique to the dance, which I felt like could have been lost to the gymnastics. However, that was not the case. We still had technique here, and like the musicality was also still there. Just Steven was has grown so much throughout this entire season, and I'm just so happy to have seen him evolve and just he just did amazing. I love this freestyle. It was one of my favorite freestyles of the night. This was amazing.
Wow, that was Michael, like I mean, tell you when it came to the freestyles, I was kind of on the rail about some of the freestyles in the freestyle round, and to me, he was one of the ones that I think him and Ryder had one. I think for me was one of the top freestyles of the evening. I feel like they were the ones that really carried tonight. Those it was so beautifully done. Well, the quality of movement, the mix with the gymnastics. Shout out to the Stanford team. His buddies were being there, and that was meant for him. That part alone, when his teammates came with the little that part, that was a moment. But I would say, and
Mhm.
then from that straight to the actual dancing quality, it was so perfectly well clean. Like it was it was very lyrically beautiful. Like I would say, like that was the like he that was his best dancing ever to me. I like that. To me, you're ending like to me ending your time in the show with your best dancing. That to me, that's an A+ in my book. And I'm not gonna
Mhm.
like I am so proud. I'm so proud of Riley, especially after last year. I'm so happy that Riley is ever had a partner and Steven who really pushed her to a level. And I think she has more work to do as a pro. I mean, she's still learning. It's her second year, but what she has done with Steven compared to last year with Harry, like I'm so grateful that they gave her Steven. It was well deserved, and I'm just so proud of this partnership. And I'm gonna miss them. I mean, they ended on a beautiful note. It would, and seeing
Yeah.
Riley cry, you can tell this partnership meant so much to her.
Mhm.
This is my favorite freestyle of the night. This was undoubtedly my favorite freestyle of the night for so many different reasons, but I think seeing the passion that both Steven and Riley put into this freestyle was, and I think you come to realize where your place is in the competition. And I think they both understood where their place was in this competition, but they wanted to make sure that whatever happened, they ended on the highest high, the highest note that they possibly could. And R- Riley made sure this dance was in such a level of comfort for Steven. And when Steven feels comfortable, he can just go into that place and just do what he does. We've seen it in other dances that he was comfortable in, and it was just such a good dance. Every
Mhm.
dance where Steven feels comfortable, it always turns out really good. And so this freestyle was amazing. My favorite part again was like what you said, Kamori, when those lights went down and Steven and his gymnastic
Mhm.
buddies came up and all started doing the pommel on the floor. I was like, "That is a moment. That is a moment." Oh, it was so good. I think it was just a good dance. It was just the best way to end their season, and I loved it. I loved it. I think I watched that dance like 8 times already, and it's
Mhm.
another one that we'll talk about that I watched probably the same amount of times. It was just that good. Those were just
Yeah.
that good. But let's give our scores for the quick step first, Eduardo.
I gave the quick step. You can't see it. A 10.
We see it.
I gave that quick step a perfect 10.
I too gave that quick step a 10. And what did we give the freestyle? I don't know if we need to change anything because I don't.
It remains.
A score for you, Steven. We love
It would have been.
Yes.
Ugh, that was a 30. Well deserved. Well deserved. Let's go into Joey Grosady doing the cha cha and his freestyle.
Mhm.
KaMorian, we'll start with you this time.
All right, I'm gonna say their cha-cha was very good. It was very clean, mixed with the content and the flavor and the vibe. I really enjoy everything about that cha-cha. It was perfection to me. Yeah, we talk about cha-cha, right? Cha-cha, that's it.
Yes,
Yeah.
cha cha.
Okay,
It's a cha
perfect.
cha.
Yeah, yeah. And I actually love the colors, like the neon green. I was on the vibe of the dance. I think Joey has the. I'm not gonna lie. As we said, Joey has been a surprise of this season overall. I think he just been surprising us week after week. And you know what? I'm glad it did his week one cha-cha. Think about it. His week one cha-cha. It was very good for a week one cha-cha.
Mhm.
He needed to fix certain
Hmm.
things, so and he definitely fixed certain things in the cha-cha now. So this was a perfect prediction for him.
Absolutely.
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, I just really like that Jenna is still pushing Joey even at the final leg of this competition. Like she's still introducing new stuff and still trying new stuff, and that Joey's still able to keep up to it. Like I always appreciate that. I will always appreciate Jenna just keeps pushing Joey, and Joey just keeps setting the bar for himself higher and higher. And this cha cha is one of those things, like where he just Jenna put the bar so high, and Joey was able to get over it and like do a really really good cha cha. I just he I don't know. He just filled with energy and joy, and like the technique was there, and Joey's able to execute it really well. And just I agree with you, KaMorian. Joey has for me been the biggest surprise because coming into this competition, I thought that Joey was gonna go earlier, like midway through the season, and he made the finals. And watching the entirety of the season, I was like, yeah, absolutely, he deserves to make the final. And I was really
Absolutely.
happy to see this cha cha cha. He did a really good job.
He redeemed himself. It was
Mhm.
pure. This was the redemption dance, and he definitely redeemed himself. I thought this was a really, really good cha cha. From going from week one to this to the finale week, he did what he needed to do, and he redeemed himself.
Mhm.
Now let's go into this freestyle. Kamorian, start us off on the freestyle.
Well, I'm glad to be the bearer of bad news, guys. It was a good freestyle, but something just did not click for me for some reason. I have to agree with Carrie on this one. I hate to say I can't, but I agree with Carrie for anything.
Me
But
too.
but
Fully.
I mean, I would say there was some. I think there was some really good creative things on the freestyle. I like when the tennis rackets were like in glow in the dark. That was cool. But I know something felt off to me about the freestyle. And personally, I love Jenna, but I've seen better freestyles for her. But it was so good. I'm not saying her correctly is bad. It's been good. Like I mean, I remember like when she had like JoJo Siwa. That whole moment, that freestyle was still one of my favorite moments. Oh, with Neve, the whole singing in the rain. That was a good moment itself. So I have seen better. It was still good, but to me, I don't know. It just wasn't hitting. And unfortunately, I'm sorry. And to me,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, it's a make it or break it freestyle. And personally, for me, it was a break. It was a breaking. It was it broke.
Yeah. Yeah. I can't believe I'm saying this. I agree with Carrie Ann Inaba.
Mhm.
There was just something going on with the rackets, something going on, especially since they're light up rackets. I think you could see the mistakes even clearer. Like just this light angle of difference that Jenna had with Joey, it was so noticeable that like one was in front and the other one was behind. It just those little mistakes were really, really noticeable, and it really took away from the freestyle because Joey did a pretty good job. Like this freestyle was fine, but Joey has set the bar so high, and I think this is the only time where he has not been able to live up to the heights that he has put himself to. And it's really unfortunate. But I also need to remind myself that like the fact that Joey started off as a normal human man, like as a normal man, and now he's here in Dancing with the Stars, it's just meltingly wild to me. So like I have to remind myself that Joey's just a normal human. That he's just not like any other celebrity that we have here. He's just a normal human that just so happened to be on The Bachelor. Like he was living his tennis champion fantasy, and I appreciate that. And I could feel that he was really happy. And as I said, I really enjoyed that from Joey. But just there was something off about this dance. There was just something off.
I think what I felt that wait, and to your point, Eduardo, you know the funny thing about this whole finale is
Uh-huh.
we had 3 athletes,
Mhm.
1 actor, and 1 reality star.
Yeah.
Like we didn't have huge celebrities in this final. Like we didn't have actors, too many actors and people who've done like yeah, they're all star. But like we didn't know Steven or Alona Mar until the Olympics this past year. We ain't know nothing
Mhm.
about them. We ain't know who they were. And then Danny is a football player. Yeah, he probably the biggest star that we have in this final five. Danny is
Mhm.
probably the biggest star in the finale because Chandler, sure, she's done some acting, but her fan base is not as big as Danny's, I don't believe. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
As far as
Yeah.
NFL football players. So it's wild. But back to Joey's freestyle. I think his problem and his whole thing was in this freestyle. I felt like he just didn't connect to Jenna like they used to, that they have been doing this entire season. It was a disconnect. I don't know where the disconnect came from. I don't know if he felt so comfortable in his tennis world that he felt like, okay, I can do this. I got this. It just felt off. It just felt like a little bit of a disconnect. And that's not saying anything about not Joey, Jenna's choreography. I just felt
Mhm.
like their connection together was a little off. And that happens to anybody in any pairing, in anything. Sometimes the connection just be off. Even if you've been the best couple all up until this point, you have moments where it's just not clicking right. And I think, unfortunately, the click didn't happen during this dance on finale night.
Mhm.
But was it a bad freestyle? No. It just didn't give the emotion that all the other freestyles gave. It didn't give, like, to me, this was probably the most underwhelming freestyle of the night, which is unfortunate
Yeah.
because, I felt like everybody else's freestyle made me at least go, oh, for something. At some point, it was making me go, ooh, oh, I love that. This was the one I was just sitting there like, hmm, hmm, okay, good. That's good for you.
Mhm.
So I felt like it was just an off moment, but hey, everybody has them, and I ain't mad at it. It was still good
Mhm.
choreography, but let's give our scores for the cha cha.
I gave the Cha Cha a 10.
I gave his Redemption Cha Cha a 10.
I too gave his Redemption Cha Cha a 10. Now, what did we give the freestyle?
It's the Rackets. I gave it a 9.
A 9.
I agree with Carrie Ann, and I gave it a 9. It is what it was. It just wasn't. Something was lacking.
I
Who
remember
would
when
have
she
thought?
I would remember when she just said it. I remember the whole office was like, "Whoa!" I
And I was
remember
like,
and they panned it to Kelsey, his fiance, and she was like,
and she booed, and I'm like,
and
what?
then
She right.
and then Derek was like,
Yeah, fully.
mm.
No, like I get it from Kelsey. Kelsey's always
I
gonna
get it
be
from Kelsey.
biased.
That's her man. You got to be
That's
like,
my man. That's
That's her
my
man.
don't be doing that to my man. Like, I get
Yeah,
it.
boo. That's a
fully.
But
But
girl
everyone else, I was
man.
confused.
the audience, I'm
I was
like, what
like,
y'all booing? Y'all know. But see, I feel like it's different in the ballroom than it is
mhm,
us watching at home. They feel
that's also
they
fun.
felt it. We didn't feel it because mostly everybody who I've seen afterwards talking about Dances with the Stars said the same thing. Like, we kind of agree with Carrie Ann. We kind of agree with Carrie Ann. It
Mhm.
was a little underwhelming. So, speaking of Danny, let's talk about Danny and his tango
Lord.
for Black
Uh,
Queer.
e-
Yes,
so
KaMorian, you started.
I would say
Mhm.
it was I would say it was some redemption in there. So I would say the frame was better, but it was still the feet. The feet could have been more cleaner, but I think it was a solid redemption. It was a solid redemption. It was solid, but like I didn't feel anything. I didn't feel a moment. Not, it lacked presence for me. It lacked energy. You know what I mean? And from Bible, so I gotta give props, and then I think he is. I think kind of like I think the dark horse that she's like, Danny came at a proper time to kind of like reach the viewers. Week 5 at contemporary, so I think he has improved tremendously. But it was a good solid tango, but I didn't feel anything, and the footwork could have been cleaner.
Mhm.
So, but I will say it was a better tango from week 1. So the improvement was there, but it could have been better. I didn't feel anything. And it's a finale. If you want to win, you want to make sure that you want to reach to the people, reach to the viewers who want to vote for you to win. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
crucial. It's crucial.
Yeah. I'm gonna take you on a journey with me, okay? I want you to come a journey with me to conspiracy land because I am fully convinced Dancing with the Stars was fully trying to have Danny be their winner of this season because there is no way that like he got the scores that he got tonight with the dance that he did. Like it's something's off. Something's off. How did he not get the paso doble? I think he didn't get the paso doble because they knew that he wasn't going to be able to live up to it and that he was going to maybe mess it up, and therefore they gave him the tango. And I just and we will get to the freestyle because my conspiracy continues there. Because how, how? Anyways, I just and like fully I like Danny was not supposed to be in the finale. Like you cannot tell me Danny was supposed to make the finale, but I'm 100% sure that the producers saw, oh, Danny would get eliminated in the semifinals. We don't want to lose Danny. We want Danny to win. We're gonna move him. We're gonna have this twist of everyone makes it to the final, and then you cannot tell me. You cannot tell me I am not crazy. This is not a conspiracy. This is real. They fully wanted Danny to win, and I was like not living for it. Anyways, back to the actual dance. Now we return from conspiracy land back to the actual dance. I'm not the biggest Danny Amendola fan. I think we can tell that I'm not the hugest fan of Danny. Uh, and I came prepared here to like when I was watching this, I was prepared to tear him to shreds, to be like, absolutely not. You do not deserve to be here. He kind of impressed me, which is unfortunate because I wanted to destroy him. He did better than I expected with the tango. He did fine with it. I agree with you, KaMorian. I didn't feel anything particularly from this dance, and at this point, that's kind of bad. But just I think I wanted to judge him harshly, and this time I really don't have a lot of critiques for him. It was just a really good dance, and Danny just shut me the hell up because I was fully here like wanting to give him sevens and eights, and I just can't.
He ain't shut me up. I'm gonna say that. I felt nothing for this dance. I felt absolutely nothing for this dance. I was just like, did he improve from the last time he did the tango? I don't know. I don't know. Because he gives me about the same lack of energy every single time. It's just like
Mhm.
Whitney dances around him and he
I've
moves his
been
feet
telling
and
y'all.
he shuffles every now and again. So I'm like, you just did the same thing. To me, the tango was about the same from the last time he did it. And I wasn't that impressed then, and I wasn't that impressed now. So I moved. That's it. Let's move on to the freestyle because I have nothing else
Ah,
to say about his tango. So let's
oh
move on to the
Lord.
freestyle.
Oh my God. Well, I want to say, thanks for like the Bobby promo. I mean, but I
Mhm.
would say, Whitney, oh my God, you look so gorgeous as Barbie. Looks so cute. I'm not gonna say I enjoyed it. It was entertaining. But here's the thing: I wish I could say the same with the dancing. No, I remember. I think it was like 30 seconds. Cause I think to me, I don't know why they did made them do two song choices. We couldn't just wait straight to "I'm Just Ken." Kind of they like Pink with Barbie with Whitney. I bet you could just with the straight "I'm Just Ken." But I will say he was giving energy. I will say that, but I wish it was some energy and some dance moves. I mean, the lips are amazing, the performance amazing, but I just wish the technicality, the dancing was there. I
Mhm.
mean, okay, we want not just we want just not just energy from the character. What Ken still know how to bust it down and use some moves. You know what I mean? Ken, that's the energy, the presence and the moves, and you only get the character, not the dancing. But I would say I,
Mhm.
I enjoyed it with the Barbie freestyle. Also, like you just said, they like them. I'm not gonna lie. I was like when I found they got like a Barbie theme freestyle, I was like, oh, to try to second them up to at least be like top three or make it or part like high. Because let me tell you, like the same way Allison, let's be real, like last season, like we all knew they would have been sent home semifinals, but guess what? They wanted to please everybody. You know what? I understand the viewers. The turnout this year has been amazing. I mean, I happy too that the show was getting back its numbers. People are enjoying it, but guess what? The times you can't please everybody. Okay, and you know what? He should have been out last week because you know what? But I said like I love Barbie, but I just wanted Kennedy in the dance moves. For everything else, I enjoy it, but I want Kennedy dance move. You didn't give me. It wasn't enough for me. It wasn't enough.
Mhm. Now come back to me with come back with me to conspiracy land again, because this is where it continues. Because how? How? There were so many technical mistakes in that dance. Len Goodman would have. I
Screamed.
yeah, he would have
Screamed.
had. I think if he was still alive, he would have died because of this dance. Uh, because this for freestyle, we're in this position right now. Like this is the worst dance of the night. I will just say that off the bat. This freestyle for me was the worst dance of the night. How? How did it get tense? How did it get tense? How? How? You see, this is exactly why. Why I think they wanted him to win. Because this dance could have gotten 8 and I would have been like, deserved. Get it. I get it. Sure. But no, it got tense and I'm just confused. How? There were so many technical mistakes that he was tripping all over the place. And yet they still gave him a 10? Hello? 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 Yet again, I'm shocked to say it. I agree with Carrie Ann. This is not a 10. Hello? Hello? I feel like I'm going crazy. I feel like I'm going crazy. And like, Lord, he was almost there as well. Like it's just there's something missing with Danny. There's something missing with Danny. And this just showed me why he's not an actor. Also. This dance really showed me why he's not an actor, because his acting is not particularly great. You need to show emotions when you're acting, and when you're the most amount of emotions that you can show is this. It's not great. It's not great. So yeah, conspiracy over. Yeah, they wanted Danny to win, and I was not living for it.
So you're right, Eduardo. He's not an actor. He's really bad at it. The best acting he did the entire time was when they got up to the balcony with Julianne and he was like, "My thing is, why are you in my bed?" And that was the best acting he did all night. Um, to answer your question, KaMorian, you wanted to know why they didn't just do "I'm Just Ken" because they needed to shave off 30 seconds of the time so Whitney danced that time, because if they actually had to do a minute and 40 seconds of Danny actually trying to dance, it would have been horrible, worse than what it already was. This man can only dance for 45 seconds, and
Mhm.
that's the best he got. That's the best. He can't do a minute and 40 seconds because it would have just been worse than what it already was. Now, here's my thing. Was it more entertaining than Joey's? Yes. To me, it was more entertaining. Entertaining. That's
Mhm.
the key word. Entertaining. I was
Yeah.
entertained by the lifts and the tricks and by the whole Barbie theme and the I'm just Ken thing. I was entertained by that. Was it better dancing? Oh, absolutely not. Because this man did 30 seconds worth of dancing in that entire minute and 40-second dance. Like he literally just said one quick wop, and then by the rest of that was lifts, throws, pick up, spin. Like it was no dancing. Whitney completely danced completely around this man and danced for this man. And then they did that one little move in the middle where they danced together. It was no dancing in this thing. It was
Mhm.
no dancing in this thing. So, you know, this freestyle was not good as far as technically dancing, and it deserves no tens. Like this Ken
No.
deserved no tens. But was I more entertained than watching Joey's? Yes.
Yeah, you're right.
Let's give us some scores on the cha cha cha.
I think you mean the tango. Anyways, uh,
Oh, the tango. No, what I mean, cha 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 tango.
I gave the tango a 9.
9.
Ooh, y'all are nice. I gave it an 8 because I needed much, much more. Period.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
After talking about it, I need to change my score for the other one. It was really
Freestyle.
bad. It's a 7. It's a 7. It was bad. It's a 7.
I'm gonna still give it a 9 because 9 is taking like an 8 in the finale, so I'm gonna still give it a 9.
I did not change mine. I gave it an 8. It needed much, much more. Dancing. You gave us nothing, Danny. You
I was
gave us
highly
nothing.
disappointed and I was
No,
Silent.
upset.
even Addison for last year gave more density than him, and she got less. I think she got only got 110. That's it for that free stuff. She did more density than he did.
Yeah.
Crazy. Crazy,
Yeah. And
crazy.
I, Lord. Anyways, whatever.
Yeah, let's go to Miss Alona Moore. Well, she did the jive, and so let's talk about the jive.
Mhm.
Alona, never been so much better, Kenya. I would say definitely. I would say it was a good, solid job. I just wish the kicks and flicks a little bit more sharp, but it was still a clean dance. She didn't mess up one time. It still had full of like fun and pizzazz and just good energy. So I enjoyed it personally. So it was a
Hmm.
redemption for the first time, but I would say the kicks and flicks could have been sharper, but you know what? But still, I would say she has. I think for me, she earned for me the most improved award this season. She has improved so much throughout the entire season, and I
Hmm.
think it was a good solid job. So it wasn't perfection. It was everything about it was good. It just the kicks and the flips could have been more sharper. You know what I mean? But it was
Right.
so good routine. I loved it.
Yeah. 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 Um, Ellen, I feel very similarly to Ilona and Ellen that I feel about Joey and Jenna. Like, I am so glad that Ellen is still able to push Ilona even at this very end of the season, and that she's still able to like react positively to all of it. Uh, I know the judges said that Danny was like the most evolved this season. Absolutely not. It was Ilona. Ilona was the most evolved. Ilona is the most improved. She was the one that I think has really earned my heart and soul throughout this entire season. And just, this jive was just good and fun. Was it perfect? No, I agree with you, KaMorian. The flicks and the steps, it needed to be a little bit more pronounced, and then it would have been really there. But it was just those little mistakes. Everything else was really there. It was just it was good, and like I feel really proud of Ilona and like the evolution that she's had. In comparing this jive to her original jive, I think that she absolutely redeemed herself. And I feel like Ilona should be proud of herself because of because of this jive. She did a great jive.
Absolutely. I think her job was fine. It was definitely better than what she did the first time. I mean, she
Mhm,
was crying after the first one, but she was very happy after this one. Sometimes, even though you know you didn't do the perfect, you did the best that you could, and your
mhm,
best is good enough. And I think that's what she felt in this moment because this job was fun. Yes, the flicks and the kicks could have been more, but for her, for what she feels like is her ability, I think she did the best of her ability in this job, and I think she definitely redeemed herself. In my
mhm.
personal in my
I agree.
personal opinion, I think she definitely redeemed herself. And yeah, freestyle.
Oh my God. To me, this is I think to me what came for me, Alona, this is such a perfect freestyle that represents a person for me. I think what I love about what a freestyle does, it represents the person's time in the show. And to me, this whole freestyle really recaps Alona's journey on the show. I would say that whole thing in the beginning with the whole tight to the lockers, the monologue, that was so freaking genius. And then when she went actually to the barroom floor, she's like, oh, never been better carrying, and boom, the reveal into this sickening leotard. I was like, yes, give me body, baby. It was a feminine phenomenon, baby. I really
Mhm,
enjoyed it so much. There was such a perfect way to do a freestyle for someone like Alona every time on the show. This really represents Alona as a whole. I enjoyed it. The female empowerment, the fun energy, like this freestyle gave Alona, like it really did. I'm just so proud of this partnership. I'm gonna miss these two together. I really feel like
mhm,
they were like brother and sister. Like they always got along. They're being there for each other. Like I think that's what really captured the viewers. What just their friendship, the way they've been like relying on each other the whole time, and just her improvement. I think she was real. I think the people's champion, in my opinion. Like the way
mhm.
she just the heart that she has, and I'm gonna miss you, Lona, so much. But yeah,
Yeah.
baby, you ate it, girl. Baby, you better work with that body, okay? But I was like, okay.
Mhm. Yeah, Ilona really is the feminine phenomenon. She just, I, I'm truly in love with Ilona. Like, this dance was just her in a nutshell, and Lord, like it just full of personality and technique as well. Like, it was absolutely beautiful. It was just really a love letter to all of the iconic moments that Ilona had throughout the entire season, and like a love letter to Alan, a love letter to herself, and a love letter to Dancing with the Stars, and just it was beautiful. Ilona has really become one of my favorite contestants in reality television ever. Like, she's just incredible. She was just happy. She was just radiating joy. And I was just so proud of her for peaking at the perfect moment, getting her perfect score in her last dance. As she said, never been better, Carrie Ann. Never been better.
I love Alona. I've been a fan of Alona since I discovered her at the Olympics, and um, she has just become one of my favorite people to see on television. She's one of my favorite people to watch on TikTok. I can't wait to after now that the season is over to see where her TikToks go because during the Olympics, oh, she was everything, and she has brought so many eyes to her, and now she's going to bring so many eyes to the sport of rugby. And I love that for her. I love
Mhm,
that for her. She is a feminine phenomenon. Like, and the fact of the matter is, like, I love that she been like this has been her anthem, not just since Dance with the Stars, but way before because like she did TikToks at the Olympics where she was like, "How do I come out? How should I run out of the locker room?" And Feminine Phenomenon was the song that she chose to play, and she was like, "Should I come out dainty? Should I come out strong? Should I come out like I don't care?" Like she gave us all these different ways of how she should come out the locker room for the Olympics. And I love that one. That's one of my favorite TikToks from her. And I think she's so important for women and for young girls, honestly, to see,
mhm,
and for women to see that you could be strong and have muscles and be, playing this sport where you got to be tough and rough, but you can still be feminine and pretty and soft. And you can just do it all because you are a feminine phenomenon, girl. You are everything. You are strong. You are sexy. You are beautiful. And I love that. Like she for sure was one of my favorite people. I was so glad to see her on the show. I cannot wait to see what else she does after this. I hope we see her on more shows. I hope we see her doing more things. She's going on tour with Dance with the Stars this year live on, and she's gonna be in certain cities. So I love that for her. Steven is doing the whole thing. I'm like, Steven, you just got all that time in the world, huh? Okay, work. And then, but
yeah.
I love that. I love that for them. I love them, especially her and like Steven, because Olympians here in the United States don't get as much credit if you're not like Simone Biles or if you're
Mhm,
not a part of the dream team of the NBA, or they don't get those kind of accolades, and it's not a lot of um Olympians. It's some Olympians who we never know their name. They go, they do their sport, and then they go home and go back to working at Walmart or working at their regular 9 to 5. And so I love that she is not only getting a chance to shine and do this on TV and get more things, but she also brings eyes to a sport that doesn't get the credit here in the United States. So I love that for her. The women's rugby team should now get more eyes. More people are seeing rugby as a sport we can watch. Like, oh, how do we get to watch rugby? What do we watch it in? So I love that for her. I love her. She is one of my favorite persons. And me and her name is almost the same. It's just one letter missing. Ilana, period. My girl, we go together like peanut butter and jelly, girl. Period. Um, Scores for her jive.
mhm. I just need to say before, I need Ilona in the traders. Anyways,
Oh,
Jive, 9.
I would
Ain't
die.
nine for her jive.
I would die to have Alona on the traders, but 9 for sure. And scores for her freestyle.
Absolutely a 10.
And feminine phenomenon, women empowerment, body yada yada 10.
Period. 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 All of the above. Everything you just said. Let's
Whew.
get to Chandler Kinney doing her jive.
Whew.
Let's keep it. Let's keep it in check, y'all. Let's keep it in check.
I
Let's
said
keep it.
I wasn't gonna cry, but I'm trying so hard not to cry, guys. And I'm just kidding. I'm trying so hard not to cry. Whew. Okay, keep it together, please. Okay. But I mean, if the reason I think I'm happy to try thinking about it, guys. The only issue from that drive was that thing is the drive was a pretty good drive for her first time doing it. It was very good. The only thing was at the near end is she lost stamina, so the kicks and the flips it could have been like, oh my god, it's a flying here. The kicks and flips could have been more hard at the end because I think it was a good drive. It just she lost her stamina if she was already tired at the end of it. So which is like that's what she got. So I think that was the only thing she'll work on is being fully having energy, keeping that stamina throughout the entire dance. And this time she had to do a dance that was more longer than the first time she was doing it. And first of all, my favorite song, I Protect Rose and Bruno Mars is one of my favorite songs of this year. And they did my song just as they ate it. The whole vibe was for amazing. That to me, that was the redemption. That to me was what a redemption dance looks like. This the whole vibe, the kicks and the flips, the transitions are clean, the performance perfection. That Chandler, oh my god, wow, amazing, amazing.
Yeah, I literally wrote down what the actual fuck this jive is out of this world. Literally written down in my notes. Chandler rarely misses, and if the jive was her worst dance, it definitely isn't anymore after this dance. Like the jive was, as I said, out of this world. It was perfect, absolutely perfect. It was fun, full of energy. That like throughout, like she was able to keep up, and she had the stamina to do this jive for a minute 40. That's wild to me. I could never. I would die on the floor before I could do like 30 seconds of what she's doing. So like I'm already impressed. Like just if Chandler wins, can she come back as a pro? And even if she doesn't, can she come back as a pro, please and thank you? I just want to see her dance. I love seeing her dance. It's just always incredible, always beautiful. I love Chandler and I love her dancing.
I I have nothing to say but pure, unadulterated perfection. Pure perfection. That
Mhm.
jive was everything. And like you said, KaMorian, if the only thing that was wrong with her jive before was that she ran out of stamina, well,
That tells you
she
everything.
did. She then I guess she fixed everything in the jive because baby, she ate it up. This was one of the better jives, one of the best jives I've seen this season. So she
Hmm.
ate it up. Now, baby, let's get into the freestyle because
Lord.
personal. Let me start off with this freestyle. I'm gonna start
Okay.
because woo, emotionally, this was my favorite freestyle of the night. Like emotionally connected, relatable, understanding, appreciative. Like her and Steven had the best freestyles of the night, hands down. Like
Hmm.
period. The fact that number one, the history that was made between Chandler and Brandon, that's already gonna be emotional. Number two, you are paying homage to those who came before you. And people put so much emphasis in the dance world for Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers and all of those people. But if it wasn't for the Nicholas brothers, there would be no Fred Astaire. There would be none of those people who was out there doing it. And so they pay homage to the Nicholas brothers who are amazing in their own right. And then to do what they did and did it so much justice. And it was just so, like, when they were sitting there watching this TV screen and then they got introduced and transitioned into them on this, I was like, so beautiful. And then the tap dance and the numbers, it was so beautiful. I was like, okay, yes, I love it. And then when they went in from the tap into the 70s, and then we went into that whole vibe, I was just like, oh, with little nuggets of hip hop thrown in there too. And it was like, cat, 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 pop. I was just like, ooh, everything about that. I was like, I felt every second of it. And what I realized while I was watching it, even before it was over, I said, this is gonna go above a lot of people's heads. They not go get it. They're not gonna relate to it. They're not gonna understand it. But it's okay because those who get it, get it. Those who understand it, understand it. And baby, I understood it. It was such a important moment for Dancing with the Stars. It was such a cultural moment for Black Americans all over the world. Well, Black Americans, Black people, period. It was just a very important cultural moment for us. And then it was a much significant moment for both Chandler and for Brandon, for both going through this journey together and being able to celebrate it in the way that they wanted to celebrate it. It was just, it was phenomenal. It was one of those moments I was like, okay, let me stop before I start crying because this was so good. Emotionally, I was like, could not breathe afterwards. Like I was up there dancing. I was just like, oh, it took my breath away. Literally took my breath away.
Sorry. Wow. Um, I just want to say, Brandon, been, I'm so proud of you, Brandon, for what you have done this season. Like what you have done this entire season, Brandon, has been just amazing. I know being one less proper pros is also like kind of like a disadvantage, but to me, I'm so proud how much you have worked so hard, Brandon, to be seen, to be heard. Like this is probably some of the best choreography you have done your entire this is our career. And I'm so happy for you and Chandler and what you have achieved. This monumental being the first ever black couple in the finale. Okay, 19 years in the making. It took us 19 years, 33 seasons. Let me tell you, I was so touched by that freestyle. I was like, you did this for every black woman, every black male, every queer black person watching that this is possible. I was touched so hard. And the way from beginning to end, I was moved just seeing so many black people on that dance floor. It really moved me so much. Like I couldn't stop crying. It really meant a lot to me, and it's just a shame that people just want to just take that away from the thing is understand that you're not gonna understand, but guess what? It wasn't for you. To me, it was for people like me and people like Lana, who feel that we're still being unseen, not unheard. To see that we're seeing like, you know what, that we see you, we love you, and just paying the homage to people who came before us. Like we gotta understand, we still live in just in the country that doesn't see us for who we are. But what I love about us that we continue to still manage to fight strong and to let all voices be heard and let our talents do the talking. And I'm so grateful for this partnership. No matter what happens, what you did on that marble floor tonight, it will go down as one of the best freestyles, one of the best monumental moments in the history of this show. And it shows that guess what, guys, representation matters. Okay, no matter what show it is, no matter what game, any show, representation matters. And at the end of the day, there's people like me who want to see ourselves on the TV screen too. And you have to understand. So I'm glad progress is being made, but guess what? I want more progress going forward after this. So I want to say thank you guys so much. That was a great way to end your season. And personally, for me, it really showcased Chandler beautifully. Amazing job. I'm so proud of you guys.
Well, as the only not black person here, I feel like I feel weird going after all that, you know? I like, what can I say that hasn't already been said? But yeah, this homage was incredible because what a lot of us don't understand in this time of like in this like situation in this year is that a lot of our culture and a lot of the things that we celebrate in pop culture and in like the way that we talk, the way that we express ourselves, a lot of the things that we do day to day today, and a lot of the things that come in culture come because of black people and black people that like did stuff like this, right? It's just, and they don't get the flowers that they deserve. They don't get like the time of day that they deserve most of the time. And so seeing this homage, it felt powerful. It felt important. It felt like I was getting taught a lot of stuff that I had just been missing. And like it's just terrific dancing overall. Like the disco, the tap, it's just everything about this dance was incredible. And then Chandler has had such a tough time in this competition because so many people are saying that she doesn't deserve to be here. A lot of people are saying that she's a trained dancer, she should go home. And a lot of people just straight up being racist and hating a black woman, a young black woman. Like people cannot stand to see a young black woman succeed on their television show, and it hurts and it pains me to see that on TikTok, on Twitter, on all of social media, whenever people say that Chandler does not deserve to be here, because Chandler has proved time and time again, and she did it with this dance yet again, that she deserves to be here, that she's an incredible dancer, that she's an incredible human, and she made history. Throughout the entirety of this episode, everyone was talking about how Joey made history because he was the first bachelor. Why are we not talking about the bigger picture here? Why are we not talking about Chandler and Brandon being the first black couple to make the finals? This is actual history. This is actually important, and it's a shame that it took this long for it to happen. I truly hope that moving forward, we not only get more black pairings, but more black people making the finals, more black people winning this show. Like, we need to see that. We need to change. When this show needs to change, something needs to happen so that this kinds of stuff doesn't happen to people like Chandler, because Chandler deserves the world, and she did amazing.
Absolutely. There's no reason why we should be in season 33 still having first. There's no reason we should be in season 33
How?
and still having first.
Yeah.
Just it's just crazy. But also to your point, Eduardo, and I know we go move on, but the people on social media who were like, she doesn't deserve to be here because she's a trained dancer, and then in the same breath turn around and say, "Oh, but we didn't really care that Charlie was a trained dancer last
Mhm.
season, and we didn't care that Heather Morrison was a trained dancer. We didn't care that JoJo Siwa was a trained dancer. We didn't care about any of those other people who were trained dancers
Mhm.
as well, professional dancers. I mean, we didn't care about those, but we care about Chandler. But then, but then when she goes out and do dances like this, like she did, which was amazing dances, and we say, well, I'm turned off at the fact that her and Brandon were talking about being the first black couple. Okay, well then don't focus on that. Focus on the dance. Let's focus on the dance because you said this is a dance competition, so we should focus on the dance. And throughout the night, both of them have shown that they are the better dancers out of everybody in this competition. So we should focus on
Mhm.
the dance, right? Because this is a dance competition. That's what you said. But then you're like, oh well, she's a trained dancer. Okay, but it's about the dance. So is it not about the dance? Because if it's not about the dance, what does it matter if she's a trained dancer or not? She just showed
Mhm.
you, she gave you good dancing, the best dancing of the whole entire night. But
Yes.
we don't want to talk about that. Let's just be honest, because the fact of the matter is you got triggered for whatever reason. You got triggered because they were talking about how proud they were that they were the first black couple. Now, why does that trigger you? I don't know. I don't
Because you
know.
have problems and you're weird.
You have you have problems in your life that you need to talk about because we were proud when we had the first woman win Dance with the Stars. We were proud when we had the first man win. We had the proud when the first athlete won. We were proud when the first other things who didn't win before win. But now we can't be proud because it's two black people when we hadn't had a black woman win since Amber Riley in season 17.
Mm-hmm.
17. But you're like, yeah, but
Yes.
we have black men win. Okay, when was since Amon Shumpert was the last black man to win?
Mm-hmm.
And then Amber Riley before that was season 17 and is still the only black woman to win this show. Up until this point, she was the only black woman to win the show. So if that's what's triggering you because they were proud of who they are and their culture and their background, you need to take a deep dive into what's going on in your mind.
You
Mm-hmm.
know, like let me tell you, like, and that literally pissed me off. This see in the comments,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
just nasty and cruel, and it's
Nasty
like
word.
I personally like when it especially comes to black women, and like I feel like they have to work twice as hard. I feel like
Yep.
there's
Yes.
one wrong move, people exaggerate
Yep.
and make it more extreme than what it is. Are you really that mad because that where we're proud of my blackness? Are you mad that there are different people who look just like them? This is for
You
us. It wasn't for you. Okay,
you can be
understand? If you
proud of
didn't get
you.
it, if you didn't get it, okay, you didn't get it. But at the same time, this wasn't for you. It was for
Mm-hmm.
someone. It was this dance was mainly used to represent all the black people, all blackness.
Mm-hmm.
It
But
wasn't for
even
you.
but even in that, even though the dance was about black culture, if you love dance,
Mm-hmm.
you couldn't look at that dance and say that wasn't a good dance. And that's what this show was supposed to be about, which is what you all said in the comments, that this is supposed to be about dance. So if it's about dance, you can't tell me you looked at her doing her job and her freestyle and said she wasn't the best dancer of the night. There's no way you could tell me that. I won't believe you. And I don't think a whole lot of people will believe you if you looked at them, put them all next to each other and say that she wasn't the best dancer of the night. And if this show is
Yeah.
about dance, then we reward the best dancer of the
Mm-hmm.
night.
Yes. And
But let's give
as
go ahead.
whatever. I just wanted to say, as the only black person here, as a not black person here, like I feel like I need to talk to the other non-black people watching, and it's just like if you cannot stand other cultures being proud of themselves and who they are, there's something wrong with you. Truly, like what's going on? Why are you so upset that people are proud of where they came from, of like the history behind them? You're not like you should never really be like you should always be proud of who you are and your culture and
To
what's done
say,
behind you, and like you should always celebrate that people celebrate that about themselves.
celebrate
Like there's
yourself.
celebrate yourself, celebrate everybody else. There's no reason to put other cultures down just because they're not your own. Anyways, whatever, that was my only
Mm,
thought.
okay, let's scores for the jive. Well, we'll go on, but I'm gonna leave mine up here because scores for the
Yes.
freestyle.
Yes, it stays there, it
Yeah.
stays
It
there.
stays there. It's just no
Yes,
reason to change it.
absolutely, absolutely.
But we do. We get some results. We do.
Here we go.
And this is where I'm gonna let y'all unleash if you need to. I think we did a lot of it during this Chandler moment, but if there's
Yeah,
more
especially
things to
here.
say, but we do get results. Yes, and I didn't want to make it like we do our eliminated ones because I was like, that's not fair. They didn't get eliminated. It's just
Yeah.
over. So in fifth place, to nobody's surprise, who should
Mm-hmm.
have been gone last week anyway, Danny and Whitney.
I'm not shocked.
Yeah.
Any
Yeah, it really is proof. Same with Addison last year that they should have went home semifinals, but it is what it is. I mean, you know what? It was the right place. So I'm not gonna lie. When they said fifth place for him, I was like, you know what? We're going in the right direction. We're kind of
mm-hmm.
on a good note. So
We're doing right. We're doing right.
Yeah. I agree. Like this just
This was
as I said, I felt like they were trying so hard to have Danny be their winner, and everyone was just like, "Yeah, no, we don't want this. Thank you very much. We are leaving him behind." And
I
I
will
agree.
say, Danny, you look good though. You're a good man. You're a good looking
Yeah,
man, and I enjoyed watching you.
Yeah. And
yeah,
to
I enjoy
Whitney,
touching your hands.
I'm so glad you came back, Whitney. It was, we missed you last year, but I'm not gonna lie, I think Whitney might take another break next year. So I think I don't know, Whitney
Yeah,
might come back, but she might want to go back, because she said she has missing her kids, especially when you do the show, you're missing your family so much as well. So
Absolutely.
yeah, so
yeah.
hopefully, yeah.
Maybe with me, we'll take 1 year off and then do it another year and then do that.
All right.
Maybe who knows? We'll see.
Who knows? But in fourth place was Stephen and Riley.
Yeah.
And I think, yeah, that makes sense
Yeah,
to
It
me.
was
I
kind of
expected
crazy.
this.
I'm not gonna lie, 'cause I remember in the beginning, I'm not gonna lie, we all thought it was gonna be him, at least like top two. Like we really thought he was gonna be like a ring, like a bit like one of the best we ever seen. But you know what? I'm glad that he wasn't. I'm glad he wasn't not like that. I'm glad to show. You know what? I started off, okay. You know what? I think I'm not a dancer. I'm based on my dance. I basically learned how to improve my dancing, and the improvement was there. It just unfortunately he had some misses, like couple weeks, and unfortunately, I think especially like last week, I think especially last week, I think really hurt his chances. So I can see why he got fourth place because I think especially with last week, it was like it was either hit or miss for Steven. But I would say
Mhm.
tonight was like a hit for him. So it really came to that.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes to Steven, he always had really high highs, but also really low lows. Because when he did great, it was one of the best dances of the night. But when he
Hmm.
fucked up, it was one of the worst dances of the night. So it
Yeah.
it makes a lot of sense as to why he ended up in fourth. And
Yeah. It makes
I
sense to me.
think he still did a really good job. He
Oh,
still made the
absolutely.
finals, and
Yeah.
he still he evolved into a really good dancer. And I'm mostly super proud that Riley made her first final, and this is the best that Riley has done so far. So like, I'm just really proud.
Yeah, I'm
And
so proud of Riley. Yeah.
and I mean, Stephen got he get to go on tour with this and the whole tour. So
Yeah,
the man is not lacking anything. The man is gonna be fine after this fourth place.
absolutely.
And he just stole everybody's hearts. He stole everybody's heart.
Here we go. Here
Third
we go.
place. Third place. I don't even want to hit the button.
Yeah, I
Just,
don't.
just hit it, please.
No.
I want to be triggered. Let's just hit it,
Yeah,
please.
let's
Just
just
hit.
get it over with. Let's just
Get
get it
out of my
over with.
misery,
Just do it.
please.
Just do it.
Please,
Just do
please,
it.
boy.
Just do it. Just.
Chandler and Brandon.
No, let me tell you.
What?
Let me tell you. Let me tell you. When it first said Danny, I was like, okay. When it said Steve, I was like, whew, okay. I was like, but then I was like, oh Lord, all that. And then when they said Chandler and Brandon in third place, this is my face. I was like, I was I'm like, I'm like, not even at least top
Pissed.
two. She will
Pissed.
be like, it
Pissed.
just shows that, you know what, people just don't want to see black women succeed. I'm like, it
Mhm.
happened to her, it happened to Normani, it
Yep.
happened to Simone
Mhm.
Biles, it happened to Charity last year. It's
Happened
like,
to
Happened to
I just,
Zendaya.
Zendaya. Yeah.
it's like, and like, I like to all my black women. I am so sorry, y'all. But we're gonna keep on fighting. I'm happy that progress is being made. They were the first black couple. You know what? They did an amazing job this season, but you should have been top. You should have won. You're my winners
Yeah.
because you
Mhm.
won the whole thing. But
You
you
still
know,
won to
yeah,
me.
to all my black
Yeah.
women, I'm so sorry, y'all. It just they just don't see
This
it for y'all.
this is a
Mhm.
struggle. I feel like the only reason and I love me some Amber Riley and she ate down that season in season 17. She ate down and deserved her win. Truly deserved her win. But I
Mhm.
feel like the only reason it was palatable to some people is because she was with Derek Huff. And that is unfortunate because I feel like if she was with anybody else, if they had a black pro and she ended up with that person, it would have been different. But because
Mhm.
Derek is the golden boy and everybody loves Derek Huff, and she happened to be um, his partner, not that she didn't earn it, because 100% earned
She
it,
did.
a
Mhm.
100% earned it. But I feel like they felt more willing to give her the votes because she was with Derek.
Yeah.
But this third place right here,
Hmm.
mm-mm,
Mm-mm.
Yeah, it feels
mm-mm.
wrong.
It
And
It
feels
feels
so
wrong.
wrong.
it feels so
Yeah,
wrong.
and
Like
as I said,
Wait, go ahead, Eduardo.
it,
yeah.
it,
So,
it, it,
Eduardo, and let Eduardo go because you already had a moment. Let Eduardo
yeah.
get that moment in.
Yeah, let me just get my thoughts, and then you can go, Kamari, because I know that this is your thing. Uh, but I just, as I said, something needs to change. Something needs to change in the way that we do things, because there is no way in hell that Chandler didn't deserve to win this season. Like, absolutely no way did she deserve to get third. Like, how? How is this possible? And I truly believe that she lost because people were voting against her. People were going out of their way to vote for, spoiler alert, the person that ended up winning out of
Mm-hmm.
spite. Like, they weren't voting for the people that they wanted to win. They were voting for the person that they know was closest
Yep.
to Chandler. Like, when it came to like points, and they gave them those points enough for them to win. Like, it was very clear to me that those racist assholes went out of their way to have a campaign to vote for the person that ended up winning. And so, I just, it feels really, really disgusting. But I will say, I did come into this finale fully expecting Chandler to get fifth because I fully thought that people were just gonna not give her votes because like I truly thought that some weird fuckery was gonna happen. And so third place, although I'm upset, it's better than what I expected. And that's actually really sad. I have to say, it's really sad that you beat my expectations with a third place finish. Dancing with the Stars, do better. Because I should not be surprised. This should not be happening. There's a problem here that needs to be fixed ASAP. And Brandon,
Um.
congratulations for having your best result.
To me, it just basically shows that you know what, if you're not white and the thing is, if you're not white and you're a good dancer, they're gonna have it out for you, especially as a black woman. Like it just like to
Mhm.
me, like it was like the same standard with Charlie D'Amelio. Charlie D'Amelio, I love my girl Charlie and Mark. They killed it. They deserve that win for sure. But let's keep
Mhm.
it 100 real quick. This girl was beyond everybody else in the competition. She was literally 10 steps ahead. She was killing it. Let me tell you, that girl, literally the whole season has been number one. The entire season from the beginning to the end. She didn't have no falters. She was consistently number one. And y'all
Mhm.
and guess what? And y'all still made her win the whole thing. And it's like in the day, it's like, you know what? It's like, especially like with Chandler, like Priest, like I'm like, y'all come for this girl for no reason. Like in the day, she did not make the choice to be put on the show. It's producers. Okay? So
Mhm.
you taking out on her is not fair. And to me, it just frustrates me, especially for black women that have to work 10 times hard to at least be appreciated by the public, the white
Mhm.
public. And it really hurts my freaking soul that
But
Yeah.
it really does, especially with Charity last year. You think it's Bachelor Nation, yeah, but I'm telling you now, Bachelor Nation did not have Charity's back last year, and it showed. I'm just telling how it is.
I
Mhm.
mean, but why do we have to bring race into this? That's the problem. We just keep separating ourselves by bringing race into this because y'all act on it.
Mhm.
You act on it. If you
Exactly.
just never act on it and you actually gave credit where the credit was due, and that showed in that history showed that you actually gave credit where credit was due,
This
then
would
we would
never
be
go
okay. We would be okay with this. We'd be like, you know what, it is
on.
what it is. And she wouldn't have been third. And I think everybody would have been okay if she was second and she
Mhm.
just
Mhm.
lost to the person who was who won because
Mhm.
I think they were neck and neck throughout the thing.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is, y'all aren't grading on the fact that of who was the best dancers. You specifically voted against her because you didn't want to
Mhm.
vote for a black woman and a black
Absolutely.
male to actual get to the end and be in the finale, number one and number two, or in the. But congrats to Chandler and Brandon. Y'all are all stars. Y'all are amazing. Y'all are the best, and you're the winners in my eyes. But that's okay. Moving on to second place. This is no shade, and that's no shade to the person who got second place. Alona, Alan, y'all are
Love you.
wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Wonderful. Love you. That's no shade, but you know you shouldn't have been second. Let's just give it a buck and 100.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, like they got second because of their popularity, not because of their
Yep.
dancing.
Right.
I mean, yeah. I would say at least third place would be accurate for Lana, but I'm actually guys like. I mean, anyway, the thing about it, coming into this, like even like before like, the dancing period, like, she was I think was one of the most popular people from this cast. So of course and plus she was, especially with the time she got casted, she was blowing up from the Olympics. So of course
Yep.
she had the popularity vote. So I mean, it wasn't a surprise that she got second to me. So, but it's come to the
Mhm.
dancing. I felt at least third place with the react, but I'm not mad about Alone and Allen. They got second. I'm very proud of them of their journey on the show, and is what it is.
Yep.
Yeah, I just when they showed the top two, I kind of wanted Ilona to win
Me
because
too.
Hey, I did. I
because
was
if
like
we're
Alone. I said,
not
oh
grading, if we're not grading off of dance,
I'm about to say if we're not
I'm
grading
gonna
off of
grade a
dancing for
personality.
popularity, then I'm going for who I think
I'm
is more
going for
popular,
Ilona,
and I'm
like
going for who
fully.
I
Like
like.
once Chandler was eliminated, I was like, okay, so we're not basing off of dance. We're going off
like,
of
like,
popularity.
mm,
Ilona deserves to win, and that she didn't, and I was upset yet again. So I'm just like, there's no winning in this scenario. Like truly, there is no winning.
yeah. Like, no offense to my males, I was rooting for my females the entire season. That's all I think was for
Fully, me
one
too.
woman.
Yeah. But
Yeah,
Joey,
and let's.
congratulations to Joey and Jenna for winning the Mirrorball Trophy. It is a deserved win. I will say,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not taking away from your win. You deserved, you ate up this season. I just feel like if we were judging on dancing, it should have been Joey and Chandler as the one and two. And if this is the popularity vote, then it should have been Alona to win. Just saying. But
Yeah.
I think
Mm.
Joey did an amazing job this entire season. His win should not be taken away or thought about lightly or undeserved because he deserved it. He worked his butt off. Jenna worked her butt off. They deserve the win. I don't want nobody to leave this podcast thinking we don't think they deserve the win because they clearly deserve the win. Joey was in a phenomenal dancer
Mhm.
this entire season. The most surprising. That's it.
Yeah.
Deserved win. So kudos to you, Joey.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
know personally I'm still in my bias phase, but I will say apart from that, I think they did a very, very good job. So I'm not taking away from your win. And I actually think about this is actually Jenna's like first actual like size trophy because her first trophy was the Athlete's Mirror Ball, and that thing was smaller, like a smaller version of the Mirror Ball trophy for her. So it's like
Mhm.
her first like real life size, trophy. You can see Val be happy for his wife, you know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
I'm plus you think about it. She had been second. Like she I remember like back to back, she was close to winning. Like twice. I remember with
Mm-hmm.
Neve and JoJo, she was so close. You know what I mean? So I'm happy for her. Joe is the first bachelor to win. I mean, I got it. You mean you did it. So I'm not mad at
Well
it.
done.
I'm happy for you guys
Mhm.
both. But definitely I would say my things for next year or next season. I would love to see more other pros. Who are kind of been put on the back burner this season, kind of get more opportunities to shine. So my girl Brett, I will hope he get a ringer. I want Brett to get a ringer. I want Ezra to get someone good. I want Pasha to get someone good again because after Ariana they gave him the back burner again. I just want I think I just want more opportunities for the pros who are kind of like less popular to have a moment as well. 'Cause I feel like I think
Mhm.
Brandon was able to showcase his really full potential with Chandler this season. So I think there are also other more pros that could be showcased better. Also, I would say next season I want better consistency with judges scoring. As you can see, the scoring this year was all over the place. It really was, and it really wasn't. And you know what? I would say, Mark Ballas, I want you to be a judge so bad. So I really hope you do. I feel like you are the perfect person like to give give good feedback but also appreciate the creativity. Understand what I mean? But I would say Carrie, if you somehow still be a judge next season, I just want you to be consistent of what you're saying.
I don't
Because
want her to be a judge next season. Let's just be honest. Let's let her
Fully,
go. It's
fully,
I want
time.
her gone. But
I
if
want her
she,
and Bruno gone. We need a whole new panel.
fully,
Like,
fully.
let's be
I
honest.
just I just want what I want is I want a panel full of pros that have retired or like of like the last year's pro that won becomes a judge for this season. I don't know. I want Derek, I want Marks, and maybe Jenna
oh,
to be the
also
judges.
Sharna,
Oh,
Sharna needs to come
Sharna.
back. Needs to
Sharna.
Or
come back.
Shauna.
A
Absolutely.
pro or
Yeah.
a
You know
port.
what? Shauna, Derek, Marks. There you go.
I would just personally want to say I think it's time we also get a switch up in the pro lineup as well. I think we're now
Yep.
entering a new
Mhm.
generation.
Yep.
I mean, I really appreciate some of these pros. It's still kind of nostalgic from being there. But in a sense that we're in a new generation and it's time for you to pass the torch over. I love you guys so much, but Ezra and Riley and some of the people who are in that troop this year, it's time
Yep.
for them to step up and get shown the part. I think it's time for the new generation of ballroom to show up and show out.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Absolutely,
It's
I
time to,
agree.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
said exactly what I was saying. I think we need a new dance, new
Mhm.
switch up in some of the pros, switch up in the judging panel. Let's just switch it up. Let's just switch
Yeah,
it up
as I
and
said, something needs to change so
absolutely.
that
Yeah.
whatever this mess that the season was doesn't happen again.
Yeah.
But I haven't said my thoughts on Joey. Let me say my
Oh,
thoughts on Joey, and then we
oh,
can
my
very
bad.
quickly move on. I was gonna say, uh, under normal circumstances, I would be ecstatic that Joey won. Unfortunately, these are not normal circumstances. And so, as I said, I truly do think that Joey won because people were voting against Chandler and people were throwing those votes onto Joey. However, I do think that Joey is a very deserving and good winner. I just wish that it had gone differently.
Yes.
Joey is an incredible dancer. Joey is the closest that we're ever gonna get to having like a normal civilian be on Dancing with the Stars. And for him to win is truly, as I said, mind-meltingly wild, and he deserves it so much. I just wish it was under different circumstances. Anyways, that's all I want to say.
Cool. Well, that is that. We let Eduardo have the last word because the season's it. That's it. It's over.
Wow.
We're done. We've
Yeah.
covered
Wow.
the entire season of 33 of Dance with the Stars.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I don't know if I'm coming back next year. I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna be here next season because
I don't know, girl.
this
As I
this
said,
this right this right here, these results and these fans and these people working, I don't know. They're gonna have to do some major change ups, and the celebrities got to
mhm,
be some really good people who I want to watch for me to come back. Because this season, I was so excited about the season,
Mm,
and they let me down with this ending because this felt so very anticlimactic to me at the end. Like I was
yeah.
like, "Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good." Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Well, all right. Good enough. I don't want to end the season with good enough. I want to end the season with, wow, that was exciting. Wow, I love
Mhm.
it. So I don't know. I'm gonna be back for season 34. We'll see. We'll see how it all shakes
It
up
all
next
depends on the
yeah.
celebrities for me.
Absolutely.
And you know what's so crazy? Next year it will be the 20th anniversary. It'll be 20 years of the show if this
They
season
better
is
get it
worth.
together. They better get
Especially,
it
The
I mean,
minute,
together.
next year is the landmark season, y'all. Like, I want improvement. I want to like, especially for 20 years, you gotta up the game next year. So we'll see.
Gotcha.
But
mhm,
um, this I enjoyed this season so much. I'm so glad. This is my favorite show, apart from my drag race people. But it's gonna be hard after be dealing with this show for like this. People understand like, as far as like that's what the Stars fans like the off season
Mm-hmm.
of not waiting to like next year. It's kind of like, oh my god, it's so triggering because you're like, oh my god, when is it gonna come back? Like we're gonna get some tea, like some news about the new season. You know what I mean? So, but if you want to still still be a part, go on the Stars tour. It's coming out. Find out it's gonna be in your cities. Yeah, just keep doing that. But yeah, but I enjoyed this season. I enjoyed we got I think with you, Lana and Wada, it's been a great season again. Definitely.
Absolutely.
But hopefully we want better things to happen next year. Hopefully.
Absolutely. It was fun kikiing with y'all about Dancing with the Stars. We had a good time, but all good things must come to an end. And we are going to say goodbye to Dance with the Stars, but don't think we're saying goodbye to everything here on this channel because we got lots more to cover. We got Survivor here. We got House of Villains here. Um, Traders is starting soon. We'll be talking about that. We got lots more coming your way on this channel here and all of our other channels. It's stacked full of things happening your way. Our Eurovision channel is pumping out a lot of stuff right now. Our drag channels is giving lots of drag right now.
Oh Lord.
And even our ringside channel is pumping out lots of videos right now. So we are here. So what you need to do is go into the first hit the subscribe button here. Absolutely. Then go into our description below, hit our link tree. All of our other YouTube links are down there. So click on all of those, subscribe there, and hit the notification bell there. And if you just want to listen to us on the go, we have our audio podcast links down there as well. And you can hit all those buttons so you can check us out on the go and won't miss a single video or audio link that we got there. And our Patreon, so you can get exclusive content and early access to a lot of our content. So you should check that out too, as well. Our Patreon, as well as our socials at The Cut Pod on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok, and Blue Sky. I'm going to change that down there instead of just saying Twitter, it's going to say socials because that's our socials on all of our socials. So check out The Cut Pod. You can check out the three of us on Twitter and Blue Sky as well. And that's my Instagram. So if you want to do all that, just stuff is there. Check out all the things, and we are gonna get out of here because honestly, I got and get your cup merch. Get your cup merch, period, too. Yeah, get all of that at Lana G's Creation. That link's down there too. So yeah, I think I said everything. I think we've done everything. It was nice chit chatting with y'all about Dance with the Stars. We'll see y'all next year. Cheers.
Cheers and happy
Cheers.
Happy Thanksgiving to those
Happy
who
Thanksgiving.
celebrate.
Thanksgiving.
Bye.